Hi there on Verified this evening on NDTV. Our top focus is going to be the sensational video that we saw just a short while back. Attackers, free for all, trying to, in fact, give instant justice as far as Aftab and Shraddha case is concerned, where Aftab, the main accused in the Shraddha murder case, was attacked right outside the FSL lab. There were people, 8 to 10 people with swords, with sledgehammers, a complete chaos where the cops had to come and fire warning shots. What's the details on that? Why? Which is the group behind this? We'll get you all those details. A student who schooled his bigoted professor. You heard it right. And our third lead this evening, ladies and gentlemen, the massive, unprecedented meltdown that we are seeing in China. Huge wave of protest against President Xi. We'll get to the details from China. Stay with us. I'll see you in the studio with all these stories. Good evening and welcome. This is NDTV. 10 p.m. by the clock. It's time for Verified. I am Ankit Tyagi. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the top 3 stories that I'm tracking this evening, but I'm starting with a breaking news. It's a huge controversy that has now emerged out of the International Film Festival India, which is taking place in Goa. The IFFI jury head had slammed the movie Kashmir Files, which was a roaring success as far as the box office is concerned in India. Now, what we know, in fact, Kashmir Files was one of the movies in the panorama section, and Nadav Lapid, an Israeli filmmaker, and he was the head of the jury as far as this film is concerned, head of the International Film Festival of India jury in Goa. He condemned Vivek Agnihotri's controversial movie, The Kashmir Files, calling it a propaganda and vulgar movie. He in fact went on to add that the jury was disturbed and shocked to see the film being screened at the film festival. In fact, the Kashmir File was selected for the Indian Panorama section and was screened on 22nd of November. This special screening was also attended by Anupam Kher, who was among the stars, those who have featured in this movie made by Vivek Agnihotri. This film, ladies and gentlemen, has always created a very distinct, divisive opinion as far as people are concerned, audience are concerned, and also the critiques. But now this coming in from IFFI, from the head of the jury, in fact, which is taking place in Goa, is not only, in fact, he has not only slammed Kashmir Files, but this is sort of an embarrassment for IFFI platform as well. These kind of harsh words that have been used for this movie. Let's just first listen in to what the head of the jury, the Israeli filmmaker Nadav Lapid, had to say about the Kashmir Files.
15 films in the international competition, the front window of the festival. 14 out of them had their cinematic qualities and defaults and evoked vivid discussions. We were, all of us, disturbed and shocked by the 15th film, by the movie Kashmir Files, that felt to us like a propaganda, vulgar movie, inappropriate for an artistic competitive section of such a prestigious film festival. I feel totally comfortable to share openly these feelings here with you on stage, since the spirit that we felt in the festival can surely accept also a critical discussion, which is essential for art and for life. Thanks a lot. 15 films in the international competition, the front window of the festival. 14 out of them had their cinematic qualities and defaults and evoked vivid discussions. We were, all of us, disturbed and shocked by the 15th film, by the movie Kashmir Files, that felt to us like a propaganda, vulgar movie, inappropriate for an artistic competitive section of such a prestigious film festival. I feel totally comfortable to share openly these feelings here with you on stage, since the spirit that we felt in the festival can surely accept also a critical discussion, which is essential for art and for life. Thanks a lot.
Now, this is certainly going to have a lot of tongues wagging. These are very, very harsh words which have been used for Kashmir Files, which has been also a controversial movie as far as the Indian cinema scape is concerned. Let me very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment to speak more on this, to get their first reactions. In fact, just to understand what is going on, because a lot of people in India have been, they talk about this film, they in fact speak about this, and they say that this in fact has been one of the landmark films as far as Kashmir Files is concerned. But now these kind of words coming in for the movie, it's vulgar, it's propaganda, not even worthy of this competition. That certainly is going to anger a lot of people. Let's very quickly introduce Mr. Amit Raina. He is the spokesperson for Roots in Kashmir. Is joining me at this moment. We also have Mohit Bhan, spokesperson of the PDP. Mr. Raina, I just want to understand from you, sir, this was by a lot of people, especially Kashmiri Pandits, a section of Kashmiri Pandits was being hailed as a movie which showed the reality of what they went through. Now, this has gone in a prestigious film festival being held in India, and you heard what the jury head had to say.
I wish a Jew like Nadav had the same view on the multiple Holocaust movies that have been produced. It is surprising that a community which has seen a Holocaust is criticizing another community on the quality of film, saying it is gross and it is vulgar. If truth is vulgar, so be it. We need to understand that Nadav comes with a leftist mindset. He's a person who opposes the settlements that are happening. He is the one who has opposed the Samaira Film Fund because it is about the settlers. It wasn't very surprising. But a Jew coming out and criticizing movies made on the victim of terrorism, a movie made on the Holocaust of Kashmiri Pandits, a movie made on the genocide of Kashmiri Pandits, is that.
He's also talking about the cinematic, aspects of this movie. He's saying that it's not, he spoke about 15 movies. He said 14 had cinematic qualities that we could judge on. Purely on the cinematic front also, the movie fails as far as the jury is concerned, sir.
Fine, he could have a view on the cinematic quality of the movie, but you cannot call a movie a propaganda. It may be a badly made movie, but it still is not a propaganda. Okay. It is still not vulgar, but it is showing the truth. So the choice of words is definitely something which shows that there is a propaganda from the other side to discredit the movie. In fact,
the charge is propaganda versus propaganda. Mohit Bhan is also with us. Mohit Bhan, your party has been ferociously against this movie, Kashmir Files. In India, people have the choice to make the movie that they want to, and people have the choice to see the movie that they like. What would you say on what the jury has said? It is not only slam Kashmir Files, but this is also an embarrassment as far as IFFI is concerned. Mr. Bhan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Please go ahead.
Hello?
Mr. Bhan, I wanted your reaction on to what, in fact, the jury has said on Kashmir Files. Your party has been ferociously, vociferously against this movie.
I will put forth my point of view. This is unfortunate that we have been saying this right from day one. Since this movie was made, it was made with an ill intention of propagating hate against one community, Muslim. The genuine grievance of Kashmiri Pandits, the genuine concern of Kashmiri Pandits, the genuine exodus of Kashmiri Pandits was used as a tool to propagate hate. And unfortunately, today, somebody from Israel, somebody from a very prestigious event of IFFI is criticizing, the intention of the movie and the entire question mark.
And all this is happening in India. I mean, this festival is taking place in Goa.
That's what I'm saying. Because the movie was made by an ill intention, and the right wing and the BJP government used this movie to propagate hate. and the genuine concern of Kashmiri Pandits was undermined. The genuine issue, the genuine,
No, but these are the two views about it. Mr. Raina feels that this movie shows the truth. You are saying that this is a propaganda tool which is being
I think you're not getting me. I am telling you the genuine concerns. There are genuine issues of 1990, the migration, which was true. Only it was underplayed and undermined because the state, the way it was propagated, the way
this allegation that
community was
that the Israeli filmmaker who is the head of the jury is also trying to use this as a tool to hit out at India. It's also propaganda by the left wing.
I hope that Israel has been the oldest ally for India, and I think one of the best allies for India. So hope now the Indian, government doesn't say that the Israel is on the payrolls of ISI, and are paying or they are playing the cards of Pakistan.
Right.
In
Let
India.
me take a quick reaction back from Mr. Raina. Mr. Raina, it doesn't show the genuine concerns as far as Kashmiri Pandits are concerned. That's a criticism from Mr. Bhan.
See, I
didn't say that. I said that the genuine concerns of Kashmiri Pandits.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That this movie doesn't show the genuine concerns.
I am not criticizing the migration. No, you're putting it wrong. I'm not.
Sir, I did not even use the word migration. I only said this movie doesn't show. Mr. Bhan, will you allow me to speak, sir? There is no point both of us speaking at one.
Hijacks the pain of Kashmiri Pandits to propagate hate against Muslims.
Okay, so
that is what my point is.
All right, Mr. Bhan, thank you for making that point. Mr. Raina, you heard what Mr. Bhan is saying. He's saying that Vivek Agnihotri and the film has hijacked. Mr. Bhan, why don't you take a breath, sir? You have made your point. You've made your point. Take a breath, sir. Mr. Raina, Mr. Bhan is saying that Vivek Agnihotri has used this movie to hijack the pain of the Kashmiri Pandits and use it the way he has.
See, it is very clear the moment, Mr. Bhan. See, I do not come from a political party, so I don't have to appease anyone.
Sure.
The moment the criticism happens on the intentions, the moment the criticism happens that it's a propaganda, it is not the job of the movie jury head to find out the intention behind the movies. His job is to find out on the cinematic part of that movie, what is the quality, what does he feel about it.
Yes.
The intentions of many movies are there to highlight the truth. So if Schindler's List was made, you cannot question Steven Spielberg saying that his intention was to create a hatred against German. So intention was not, it's very clear the moment a statement has been made about intention, the moment a statement has been made about calling it a propaganda, it is clear that this is leftist activist in play, and he does not represent Israel government. He is an Israeli who has a leftist
Sure, he does
leaning.
not. He of course is a filmmaker who is representing himself in an individual capacity. There are 5 members of this jury, out of which 4 are foreign nationals, 1 is Indian. Let me also put that on record. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for speaking to us here on Verified. This is a big breaking news. We are going to in fact track this story. This is going to invoke a lot of reactions as well. We are trying to get in touch with Kashmir Files teams as well to try and understand and see their point of view on this harsh criticism that they have got at the International Film Festival of India. Let me now move on to my top story, the second lead that I am following after this, in fact, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at these visuals, and these visuals they are the story. They add another dramatic twist in the already sensational Shraddha murder case. What's happening in these visuals? Let me go full frame and just try and explain these visuals to you. This happened at around just a couple of hours back, in fact 3 hours back, at around 7:30 this evening. Aftab, the accused in the Shraddha murder case, was being taken out from the SFL laboratory where his where his polygraph test was being done. After Aftab, in fact, was taken out in the police van, there was an attack. 5 people intercepted him, and then later, in fact, you see these visuals, they came out with swords, they came out with sledgehammer, and they attacked this police van. You will now also see, look at that, this man wielding a sword. He attacks this. They one after another. They try and break in as far as this van which was carrying Aftab is concerned. Then this policeman had to come out. He was the one in charge of security accompanying Aftab. He in fact had to fire a shot, a warning shot. He came out with his gun, and that's where they were able to whisk Aftab away. But before that, look at these dramatic pictures. They were able to open the door. This is the door behind. In fact, the entry as far as this van is concerned. Two policemen then come out. I just want to play up the NAT a little bit, just audio, so that you can understand what exactly happened. This was, sensational breaking news that came around 7 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, this evening. Now, these men, those who attacked Aftab, police investigation is on the one side, but this is going to be one big talking point as far as this case is concerned. They came out and they said that they represent the Hindu Sena. We cannot verify this claim. That was the claim made by these men. You will see one of them wearing that saffron, in fact, headgear. And he claimed that he is from Hindu Sena. And he wanted to, in fact, dispense instant justice, wanted to cut Aftab in similar number of pieces as he's accused of, chopping Shraddha. Now, understand, ladies and gentlemen, there is a rule of law in this country. There is constitution and everything is governed. There is a judicial process which is going on as far as this case is concerned. But this vigilantism is very, very dangerous. Listen in to what these men said.
जब हमारी बहन बेटी सुरक्षित नहीं है तो क्या करेंगे जी के? मैडम हम मारेंगे इनको। पुलिस तो इसको सेफ्टी दे रही है। तलवार नहीं, हम इसको गोली भी मारेंगे। हम हिंदू सेना से सर, कानून ने बचा लिया क्या उस लड़की को? अरे सर, कितने केस होते? बहन जी टारगेट करते हैं सबको। ये बार इसको छोड़ा गया है, अगली बार इसको गोलियों से काट देंगे। इसके इतने टुकड़े करेंगे। हम हिंदू है अपनी तरफ से। गुरुद्वारा नहीं, हम बंदूकें भी लाएंगे, राइफल भी लाएंगे। अगर किसी बहन बेटी पे कोई हाथ उठाएगा, आप भी हमारी बहन है, हर माता बहन पे कोई हाथ उठाएगा हम मार देंगे।
Now, you've seen politicians, the kind of narrative that is going around this case. Love jihad is being spoken. This, in fact, case is resonating in Gujarat as well, in the political rallies. Don't you think that this would have an impact? Because now, not only the question is on the Delhi police. Why did they fail to provide security as far as this case is concerned? It was their responsibility. He's a high-profile criminal. He's a high-profile convict. And apart from that, also whether this entire pre-planned attack, was it just to get media attention or was it something more? Who inspired them? Who gave them these ideas? That's the part of the investigation now. But I spoke to Aftab's lawyer just a short while back because this is going to have an impact as far as this case is concerned. Listen in. अविनाश कुमार जी, आपने थोड़ी देर पहले ये विजुअल्स देखे सर, किस तरीके से आफ्ताब जिस गाड़ी में जा रहा था उसको एफएसएल लैब से ले जा रहे थे, उस पे हमला हुआ। इस पे आपकी क्या प्रतिक्रिया है? व्हाट इज योर रिएक्शन टू दिस?
देखिए, जुडिशियल प्रोसेस है जो इसको अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन का पार्ट है। पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रही है, इसको शांति से करने दिया जाए। अभी ट्रायल होगी, ट्रायल में सबको सामने आएगी, तो अभी इसमें जल्दीबाजी और लोगों का मूवमेंट है, तो पुलिस को शांत करनी चाहिए।
ये कुछ इस तरीके का पहले खतरा, डिड ही एक्सप्रेस एनी फियर, आफ्ताब?
नो, आफ्ताब हैज नॉट एक्सप्रेस्ड फॉर दिस टाइप ऑफ फियर।
Now, will it have an impact on the case? Are you going to, in fact, approach the court? Will it have an impact on the case right now?
Yeah, I will move an application before the concerned court for the protection of proper protection of the Aftab जो है।
तो आप अभी जाएंगे कोर्ट में, इसका जैसे अभी तक जो पुलिस की इन्वेस्टिगेशन है उसमें आपके आफ्ताब से बातचीत भी हुई होगी, क्या निकलकर अभी सामने आ रहा है? आफ्ताब ने आपको क्या बताया है?
नहीं, आफ्ताब ने जो भी बताया वो सब अभी वो मैं अभी डिस्क्लोज नहीं कर सकता हूं, पर अब उन्होंने बस केस में प्रॉपर सहयोग कर रहे हैं, प्रॉपर पुलिस को भी सहयोग कर रहे हैं, बस।
So Aftab's lawyer is going to in fact move an application for additional security as far as Aftab is concerned. What is happening right now? What will be the impact of this attack? My colleague Priyanshi is joining us. She has been tracking this case very, very closely. Priyanshi, what happened after this? And what do we know about Aftab and his condition right now?
Well, Ankit, we know that Aftab was taken out safely from this incident. Let's tell you what the action taken by the Delhi police is and how the preparations and the challenges might unfold for the Delhi police. Well, there were 5 people who intercepted the police van that was taking Aftab out of the forensic lab, and 5 people were in that car that intercepted the police van and they attacked him. Now, the police till now has detained 2 people out of these 5 people while the search for the remaining 3 continues. So those 3 people are still on the run. Now, who are these 3 people? Who are these 5 people who attacked him? One is named Nigam Gujjar and the other is Kuldeep Thakur. Both of them are residents of Gurugram. They claim to be members of the Hindu Sena, which is of course a right-wing organization. But the national president of the Hindu Sena, Vishnu Guptan, says that whatever these activists have done is these are their personal feelings and the whole country is watching how Aftab cut a Hindu girl into pieces. The organization does not support any such work which is against the Constitution of India. We believe in the law of India. So we know that these attackers said that they belong to the Hindu Sena. They said it on record, but Hindu Sena denies any association with these attackers. The police is now investigating to verify whether they were really members of the Hindu Sena. Now let's get to the action that the police has taken at the site of the incident. Now Aftab came from jail in the van of the 3rd Battalion of the police. We know that this battalion of the police is responsible for transporting prisoners. So he went for his polygraph test to the forensic lab from the Tihar jail, and after that he was being taken to the Tihar jail back again when this attack happened. The soldiers of the 3rd Battalion then took out their weapons and they waved them in the air. After that they took Aftab safely away. So no one was injured. Aftab was also taken out safely from this incident. Now we're also getting to know that Aftab's security will now be tightened considering this case, and his security at the Tihar jail will be tightened, and whenever he's taken out for tests or to the court, the police will keep a special watch as this incident raised many questions over his security. Remember, these attackers also said that the next time they will fire multiple bullets at Aftab and they won't leave him. So they don't seem to be stopping at this attack, so that the threat to Aftab's security continues, forcing the Delhi police to tighten its security. We know that Aftab will have a polygraph test tomorrow again. He'll be brought to the FSL, the forensic lab in Rohini, between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We'll have to see how the police ensures his safety tomorrow, as he's the prime accused in this gruesome murder, Ankit.
Absolutely. And remember, this is the country that gave a fair trial to Ajmal Ahmed Kassab, in fact the butcher of the 2611, and Aftab, no matter what he has done, also deserves to go through the entire legal process for justice to be meted out to him. Thank you so much, Priyanshi, for speaking to us. Let's now move on, in fact, and get you some international news, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 3rd lead that we are tracking at this moment. What is happening in China? I mean, that's one story that people, in fact, are talking about. This comes at a time, and in fact, okay, before I go to China, let me also bring you what has happened. Okay. Let's just, in fact, get you this news related to China at this moment. In China, there have been widespread protests. These are being called as unprecedented protests, which are taking place in a country which is known by its rulers. It is known outside in the world. The rulers have a iron-fisted grip as far as the populace of this country is concerned. Now, these protests are being called unprecedented for a simple fact. Never before, and this is we are talking about after the Tiananmen Square protests, people in such huge numbers have come out and protested against the current government. They have been, in fact, the white paper protests are widespread in China, and people have been chanting slogans against the president of China, Xi Jinping. This, ladies and gentlemen, is expected to grow. The trigger point was, of course, the harsh COVID restrictions that have been imposed in China. Take a look at what's happening in that country. So talk about the big cities of China, Beijing, in fact, Shanghai, Nanjing, there have been multiple protests across, in fact, these cities. Now, this, in fact, is also having an impact on the global markets. How? Just take a look at what, in fact, it is the kind of impact that it is having on the global market. The Shanghai index is down by 0.75%, and this, ladies and gentlemen, will also, the Hong Kong index is down 1.5. It's in red. The Europe FTSE 100 is also down 0.4%. Europe Stoxx 600 is down 0.7%. So it is having a trickle-in effect, a cascading effect all across the globe, as far as because China, you remember, is known as the production factory of the world. The unrest in China has economic repercussions all across, but significantly it might even have an impact on China's future. That's all the time that I have in this edition of Verified. I will be back with more news and updates, that big talking points. And remember, from tomorrow, our election yatra in Gujarat starts. So stay tuned. We'll get you the ground report, the pulse and the mood of the voters from there. Till then, good night.